Well, hey, y'all are this afternoon. This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on. I've been hooked on muzzle loaders all my life. Of course, I'm hooked on belt-fed machine guns too. But, I've been hooked on muzzle loaders all my life. And here we have another Pawnshop save. This is the 50 caliber 1 in 48 deer hunter. Now let's see what the deer who made this. Normally you see this style of rifle is a Connecticut Valley Arms. This one is a Traditions Deer River, Connecticut, USA. Black powder only. Do not use smokeless powder. Instructions must be read before use. Made in Spain. So it's like a Junkers. Okay, so like a Junkers. All right. I found this gun in a pawn shop for $50. I just happened to have my little solitaire, Maglite solitaire, that little flashlight that runs on 4A battery, which fits down the muzzle of a 50 caliber muzzleloader. So I dropped it in there and took a look at it. The bore didn't look too awful bad. The nipple was stainless steel. The bunching screw is a little boogered up. Probably won't get it out. But, you'll be able to get this out because, well, it's stainless, see. The sights are highlighted in paint. The front side's got orange on it. The back side, rear side's got some kind of iridescent green on it. Leads me to believe that the gun was actually used by somebody. Okay, well, all right then. So the bore don't look too awful bad inside. It came with a good Delron or nylon ramrod installed on it, which these guys do not have when you get them. They're either wood or like a hollow plastic tube. I mean, they're pretty horrible. Overall, gun looks pretty good. Looks like it's been kept clean as you can keep something that the priming and the propellant is corrosive in. Got sling swivels on it. Probably worth it. I'll probably give it to one of my nephews. He didn't have a muzzleloader. He was up here the other day talking about wanting to get a muzzleloader, wanting to learn how to use a muzzleloader and so forth. I'll probably have him up next week and teach him how to run a muzzleloader. I'll see if I can. Okay, so we're going to start this guy out. I didn't even put up a paper target down there. What I did was we're just going to shoot it to steels and see how it goes. We'll just start out kind of light with 60 grain pre-roll. I'll make these up ahead of time. Got an old piece of cleaning rod, and I take and roll me up some paper tubes. Okay, and that gives me a pre-measured powder chart. Now, bump your muzzle loader on the ground. Make sure you got all your powder down in it good. Then, what I do is I shoot buffalo bullets and stuff like that too, but just for general shooting and for recreational shooting, I could probably use a little spit. I think I found some spit. There we go. So, spit patch works pretty good. People say, well, that's wet, that'll foul your powder. Well, it might. It might not. Give me a ball starter out here. Find me a damn ball starter somewhere. Okay. Ball starter. He said ball. Oh, there's one we use it. I got another one around here with a cow bone handle on it. Ball starter. Get your ball started in there. There you go. Now, I like, you probably watch this channel enough, you've seen this thing before. Solid range rod made by an old aluminum shotgun cleaning rod with a 40 Smith & Wesson tip on the end of it and an old ball from a old ball starter. Kind of heavy. I put the pieces together with a JB weld so they won't come apart. Make sure they're seated all the way down in there until it's down at the bottom. Bounce it a couple of times. Make sure it's good and tight. There you go. Get that over out of the way. Come over here and get us a cap. Get us a... Well, I'm always so prepared when I do these. They're loud enough that you need hearing protection if you're going to routinely shoot. There we go. This gun will be considered a carbine. It has a 24-inch barrel. You know, I've got a 50 at the house. You guys have seen it. That has a 48-inch barrel. I got a Kentucky rifle. It's got a really long barrel. I think it's like 52 inches or something. Caps over out of the way. Put your lid on your powder, get everything that can explode or burn out of the way. Okay, we got everything squared away. Okay, let's put a cap on it and see how it works. There's a cap right there. This one takes a number 11. Let's see how it works. Let's see if we can get the old steel target down there with it. Let's see if we just shoot. I'm going to find out if it'll shoot. Point it down there and pull the trigger. And it shoots and doesn't blow up. Yeah, that's it. It shoots and doesn't blow up. It's important that it shoots, and it's pretty important that it doesn't blow up. I mean, you don't know what these guns are. You buy one of these guys use, you really don't know what it is internal. You know? You don't know what's going on down in here. You know. But yeah. Now, what we're going to do now? Well, we're going to do something stupid. We're going to dump some powder back in it and see how it does this time. At a 60? Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't like the way I made these. They're not as... I use glue instead of tape, and I don't like it. Got all that out there? Appears to be all out there. Okay. Okay. Let's get a spit patch. Work us up some spit. Work us up a little spit here. That over there and kind of center it up there a little bit. Find us a round ball. I'm shooting a 490 with a t-shirt thickness spit patch. And it's just a light target load, 60 grains of 2F. Just a light target load, 60 grains of 2F. Get in there. We're down on the bottom? Yep, we're down on the bottom. 60 grains of 2F. 490 round ball. And I casted them upon the water myself. Okay, put your lid on your powder charges here. There we go. Find us a cap. I'm shooting at the half-size police silhouette steel target at 25 yards. Let's see what happens. See whether or not there ain't no, these sights don't have any adjustments on them. They either shoot good with that loading or they don't. That's the long and the short of it. Let's try it here and see what happens. There's your good muzzle load and load up. And it hit it. All right. All righty, it hit right in the middle. Hit right in the middle. That gun cooled down a little bit. Hit her right slap dab in the middle. All right. That connection, I'll get creative and I'll shoot. Where are we at? We're gonna run long and shoot 2 shots and take a half hour to do it. Like that old boy says, shoots as fast as lightning and loads a mighty slow. All right, just beach ball out here. I shoot one more. Some of the shooting I do goes really fast and some of it goes really slow. You guys have watched my muzzle loading videos in the past. You know, that old boy cap and ball, it's over there, and I think Poland, maybe Poland. They starting to drizzle. That's not conducive. Let's get this shot underway because that wet weather is not conducive to. Not supposed to rain today. Not conducive to good black powder shooting. All right. Bump her down. I'm not going to shoot any farther away. I'm going to try a smaller target. You know, some of these guys shoot really good, and some of them don't. This one was pretty rusty before I run a a 50 caliber machine gun bore brush through it last night and kind of slicked her up a little bit. You know, now it's not too bad. And we shot it a few times, and I'll take it home tonight and give it the old bucket of hot soapy water treatment, and that'll get it in a lot better condition. And then when that's done, I'll dry it out good with a hair dryer, and then give it a little bit of light oil on a patch and call it a day. All right, let's get one more. I'm going to shoot at the, if you've ever watched this video and this channel and seen my Bergen Gun Range tour, the tank plate, which is about 12 inches square. It's the radiator drain valve inspection plate off the bottom of a Chaffee tank. Yeah, an M24 Chaffee. Don't know how I wound up with it, but there it is. I think one of our members used to have, 14th Armored members used to have a Chaffee, and he had a lot of pieces and parts laying around for it. Didn't have any intention of getting another one. All right, let's see what happens. 12-inch square plate at 25 yards. The tank plate. And it's a swinging. Yeah, you kill a deer with this guy. There ain't no problem with that. Now this is 60 grains and a 490 round ball. They say, well, you know, you can't really kill a deer with a round ball. I'm like, here's the deal, dude. Daniel Boone died of old age, not starvation. You know, you kill a deer with a round ball, you know, you shoot it with a 50 Buffalo bullet or a 45 ACP or 44 Magnum jacketed hollow point with a sabot on it. I don't know if you do any better than shooting just a plain old round ball. Because, you know, the pioneers, they didn't starve to death. You know, Indians killed them. They got scalped occasionally, fell off of mountains, but they didn't starve to death. You know, because they hunted with that. So, you know, well, turned out the old pawn shop $50 find was a pretty good old rifle. I'm going to go home, clean it up, and probably give it to one of the relatives. Like I take, certified, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me an old $1 in the Patreon bucket if you want to, and if you don't, I'll keep right on making content for you. God bless America, and God bless each and every one of us. We'll see you when we see you. Bye now.